Hello, a very good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you're watching from me today. It's very misty and foggy out here, so barely see outside. So I'm going to stay in and I'm going to make for you today some lovely earrings. I've called these Giovanna. I'm using really pretty beads. We've got two sizes of these gorgeous glittery beads, and we've got some little glass pearls as well. We've put 5 lovely colours together for you, and you can change the design. So if you don't want them to be as large and kind of statementy, you can just reduce a couple of the bead sizes, and I will show you how to do different designs in there. You're going to get plenty in your kit. I think you're making 3 pairs of earrings up today. But you're going to have lots of the gorgeous glitter beads left over. So, if you wanted to make a little stretchy bracelet to match, you could do that. Or if you wanted to get some extra pearls, you could add even more earrings to your collection. So I will show you them on the website. Good morning to Anastasia. I hope you're well. Good morning to Elaine. And Rachel popped in, but she's off to the dentist. So good luck, Rachel. I'll take you over to the website now, and you can see the lovely colours that we've got for you today. I really do love these beads. I've not worked with them that much as far as I'm aware, but they're very pretty. I will show you one larger version in one colour, because I've got that out on the mat ready to go. But if you would like to see the smaller version in a different colour, then you can pick what colour you like. So I'll take you over to the website now and you can have a little look. Hi Camille, she says good morning on this grey day. How are you? I'm good, thank you very much. I hope you're well as well. So over we go to totallybeads.co.uk, where you will find our wonderful website, and you can pop into the video tutorials in a few different ways to see all the goodies that we've been making for the last 5 years. 5 years it'll be coming up to now. Gosh, okay, so these are the Giovanna earrings which I would like to do with you today. If I scroll down, you can see these are like the smaller version, and these are a slightly larger version, but you can even get a middle in between size if you want to. So we've got some in a beautiful blue, a green pink, which is what I'm going to demo for you because I just love them. We've got the lime, we've got mauve, and we've got peach. The peach gorgeous as well. They're all lovely. I think, for what we are, £4.99 to make up 3 pairs of earrings. So for less than £5, you can make 3 pairs of earrings. If you wanted to multi-buy, then you definitely could. And so you're getting plenty in there. So if you want to make yourself a little stretchy bracelet or something, then you've got loads of the gorgeous glittery beads that you can play around with as well. So I will show you them quickly and you can have a little look how they are formed. So in your kit, you're going to get these gorgeous glass glitter beads. I'm using 2 sizes of those, and we've also got the glass pearl rounds as well. In your kit, you're going to get a closed ring. It's a bit like a jump ring, it just doesn't open, which makes it very secure. I'm going to be using the Nylon Line nylon thread today, but you can use whatever you like with this. You could probably use tiger tail, but I think it'd be maybe a little too stiff, whereas if you're using a thread like a cotton thread, you might need to run round it a little bit just to kind of stiffen it up. The nylon is the perfect in between, so I'm going to use the nylon. I am going to use a needle with it, but because it's nylon, you don't have to if you don't want to. And of course you've got your earring hooks in there as well, because you can't have earrings without earring hooks. So these are the beads. We've got the blue and the cornflower in the glass pearl. So your glass pearls are going to be 4mm, and your glass jade glitter beads will be 6mm and 8mm. So you're going to get plenty of those. And if you look at the colour of them, they're really gorgeous. They are very shimmery because they've got that gorgeous glitter coating. Shimmery, beautiful. So these are the blue. There's only one photograph of those, but I can show you them down on that so you can see the different variations that you can create with that. So that is Giovanna earrings in blue. We've also got the green pink. Look at them. They're exactly that. A kind of beautiful green, almost, I don't think it's turquoise, but it's lovely. It's soft. It's kind of pastel colours. Looks like it's been like dipped in sherbet. And then you've got that gorgeous pink on it as well. And of course, all those little shimmery sparkles of that kind of glitter coating. And I'm using with these beautiful ones, the sea glass. Little glass pearls. So your 4mm glass pearls and your 6 and 8mm glass jade beads in this pair here. Well, they'll be the sizes in all of them, they just change colour. We have also got for you these lovely zesty pair. This is the lime. Again, absolutely love these beads. And also using that nylon makes it invisible. So we are going to tie a little knot in it, and we'll do little half hitch knots as well, but you won't be able to see any of that thread. These are your lime glass jade glitter beads, and I've used the lime in the 4mm glass pearls as well. So although you're making quite large earrings in terms of the length, I'll measure the longest design from the top bead to the very bottom is about 5 centimeters, and you've got that jump ring, that closed ring on the top as well. So it's coming into almost 6 centimeters. So they are quite long, but because of the having those kind of glass pearls, they are very lightweight, so they are a comfortable wear. If you want to make a smaller version, you can do half of the size, and that just comes in at about 3.5 centimeters, including that closed ring as well. So they are the lime. Then we've got the very pretty mauve, another gorgeous colour. Look at them. So colours on this would be the mauve 8 and 6mm glass jade rounds, and I've used the rosewood because I do think they just complement each other really lovely, and they're in your glass pearls. So if you wanted to make more earrings up, you're going to get loads of these shimmery glitter beads. I would just suggest maybe buy, an extra strand, say, of the rosewood, which you can get those extra glass pearls for just £1.20 if you wanted to add those in. But this kit's £4.99, and it makes up 3 pairs of earrings with lots of the glitter beads left over if you wanted to make yourself a couple of stretchy bracelets or something. This one is your peach. Really lovely. And I've gone for the tangerine with this. I don't use this colour enough. It's gorgeous, really, really beautiful, zesty, orangey, fruity colour, and it goes perfect, I think, with the tone on the glitter glass jade beads. So they're your colour options today. Have a little look, which ones out of these do you like the most, and I'll do a demo as well if we've got time in a smaller version with a different colour. I'm going to go for these ones here to begin with. So if I just quickly head back into the comments, and I'll just see if I've missed anything and see how you're all doing this morning. If you've got any questions, of course, drop me a little comment. If you've got me a tip, then that's always useful to know as well. Let me sort my camera out, because we've been really, really good and it's been staying on. And then of course today it's just gone back to that usual switch off situation. So just let me get my camera ready to go on the mat. I might just keep tapping that and checking it's working. Don't know why it's gone off. No surprise which ones Camille likes. Good morning, says Elaine. Hello to Anastasia. Shelley is saying good morning to everyone. Kim says good morning, Natalie, and everyone from a grey and damp Canvey Island in Essex. It's just, the sun's there. The sun's trying to burn through, but it's very, very misty. My windows need a clean, but... Good morning to Anne. Hello to Carol. Good morning to Esther in Adult Preston. How are you, my lovely? Camille says you can go fishing with all the nylon lines and hooks. You could do if you wanted, yeah. It might be a bit cold today. The water might be a bit icy. Sue says, good morning to everybody. And she's got a lovely sunshine day. And Camille is loving the peach, which doesn't really, surprise me, because I know you love your oranges and your reds and things like that. Okay. I will occasionally just tap my screen on my phone to prevent it going off, and hopefully it will stay working. I don't know why it's reverted back to go into sleep on me every now and again. I hope you're well in dull Sudbury, she says. I'm sure you're talking about the weather, Jan, and not the place itself. I'm sure Sudbury's lovely. So you can see we've got these beautiful blue ones. You can rotate those beads in the middle, so you can decide, I'd really like all the shimmer to be facing front, and you can give them a little twist. And that we've got that, I think it's cornflower blue on those 4mm pearls. So you can see, I mean, they're not massive, but they are a nice statement size. But you can easily turn that into something a little bit smaller just by adding one less of the 6mm, and you can add less of your little glass pearls going up if you wanted to make that smaller size. You could, of course, do an in between. So I've done one with the tangerine here, and I've used only the 1 6mm again, but I've still used the same amount. This is 6 running up the side. So you can see you can have a big, middle, and small very easily. I did put the wrong colour ring on that one. There is a slight variation, so obviously the blue's with the silver, the tangerine is with the gold. This beautiful zesty lime colour is on the gold as well. We've got silver with the mauve, and then silver with the pink green. Just show you shimmer on those beads. You can see my ring light reflecting in there, but if I just rotate it with my finger, you should be able to see that beautiful glitter, which is on all of the beads, whichever way you choose. So just rotate that so you can see them. Beautiful finish to them. You can, of course, make these in different tensions, so you can run your thread up this bit too, and that will kind of firm that up. You can create lots of different looks and shapes. So you can see I've got a little bit more spacing around this, whereas this section here, the beads are like buttered up really close to that 8mm bead. So really straightforward and very easy to make. So we will get started. I might pop my board down, just because with me using the nylon, you won't see it too well. So I'll pop that down, and that should show up a little bit. So I'm taking a long length of the thread. I've said 40 centimetres, but you definitely don't need all that. What I am going to do is just stretch it out. So when it comes on the reel and it's like so, I just take the end of this. Doesn't want to come. Well, I can't get that off now. There you go. What I tend to do is I unwind, so I've got a length that I'd like to work with. But you can see it can be quite curly. Now you can put that in a little bit of warm water and that will drop the curls out. But what I tend to do is just give it a little pull by pulling on both ends. It just stretches it out. And you can see there's a little curl there, so I'll just pull that, and that will stretch it out as well, and that will get the kinks out. It's the quickest and easiest thing to do. If I want to use a needle and I find that it's a little bit big to go through the eye of the needle that I've chosen, I'm not too sure what size needle I've got here. I don't know, I've just picked up a Mayuki. It's an extra fine one. I thought it might say. Anyway, if you find that it's a little bit too thick, then what I tend to do is I just take a pair of my pliers and I just kind of crush the very tip, and then I find I've flattened the very end of it and I can get that through the eye of the needle quite easy. But you don't necessarily need to use a needle, because you can just thread that on through the bead drill holes, because you'll find it has got quite a stiffness to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread on my needle, and then I'm going to take out my my beads and my glass pearls. So I'm just going to open up some of these to the side. They're really, really gorgeous. You see how shimmery they are? And then I've paired these with, is this the sea foam? Did say what the colour was. And I think they look very lovely. So I'm going to start by adding one of the 8mm glitters onto my thread. This is the larger bead that you'll get in your kit. So I'm just going to thread that on, and then I'm going to add 5 beads of my 4mm glass pearls. So I'm just going to take 5 of those. And I'll slide them on as well. And I'm going to bring that down towards the tail end, but I'm going to leave myself a little tail. Doesn't have to be a massive tail, but I'm going to need that later. And all I'm going to do after I've added on that one large 8mm glitter and those 5 pieces of the 4mm glass pearls is I'm just going to tie a little knot and leave that tail. So I'm going to tie just an overhand knot, but I will double knot it. So I'm just tying a knot essentially in the end away from my needle. There you go. So I've created this, which will form the bottom of my earring. I'm then going to take the longer end and I'm going to add 2 of the 6mm glitters, which are kind of the medium size. I'm then going to add 1 of the 8 and another 2 of the 6mm. Now, if you're making the smaller version, all I would do at this point is add 1 of the 6mm, 1 of the 8 and 1 of the 6. But for the slightly larger pair, I'm going to go for 2 of those 6. And I'm just going to slide that down. So it will be like so. And now I'm going to bring it back, my needle back through the first 8mm glitter bead here. So I'm going to bring it around and through. I'm not going through the glass pearls, just the glitter. Oh, twisted my needle. Thought I had, but I haven't. There you go. So just taking that through. So it's creating this shape. And then I'm going to go up through the side of these 2 6mm glitter beads here. So going round through the 8 and back up the 6. And then if I give that a little pull, that will start to form that middle glitter loop in the middle. I'll just leave that there while I just check my camera's still working. So I've gone back up those 6mm there, and now I'm going to add on my glass pearls. So again, for the larger one, I'm going to add on 6 of the glass pearls, which are your 4mm. If you want to, you can add on less and make that top section a little bit smaller. But we're creating this lovely like teardrop shape. Need another one of those. A little bit of the paint, which is just covering that bead hole. So I've added 6 of the 4mm glass pearls, and then I'm going to add 1 6mm of the glitter. And then I'm going to get my closed ring out. And I'm going to go through the closed ring, so just taking it through the centre. And then I'm going to go back just through that 6mm glitter bead. I'm not going to go through anything else, just that one. And then just pull that down. So the ring should sit at the top here. I'm then going to add on another 6 of these 4mm pearls. So I'm going to create this shape, coming back down. So you'll see I've got the same amount going up as what's going to come back down. And then I'm going to bring it back through these 2 6mm ones at the side as well. And that's just going to create my teardrop shape. And then I'm going to bring it around those 5 at the bottom, and this is going to tighten this section up. So you don't need to use a needle, but I find when you're coming back through the beads here, it just makes things so much easier and quicker. So I want to take it through all 5, and then I've got myself back to the point where my tail end is, coming out of that same section that I started with. So now I can just tie another double knot in that, and that will firm it all up. So I'm pretty much done now, but what I can do is I can run my thread back round, I can run it back up through here, and that can kind of firm this section up. And then it's just a case of doing a few like half hitch knots and just kind of closing off. So it doesn't matter where you run your thread round. So I'm going to go back up the glitter, and I will go all the way up through the 6. Just get a little bit of purchase on my needle because I've managed to go through all of them, which is great. I'll go back through that closed ring and down the 6 again, and that's just going to firm it up through the top. And wherever I want to, I'm just going to add a little half hitch knot. So a half hitch knot will be created by making a little loop and then just going back through the loop itself, and that creates a little knot. And then I'll go back down these bits again. So I'm just bringing it any way I fancy, and that will just firm it up a little bit. If you want to, you can do another half hitch knot, or you could even bring it back down to meet that tail end again and tie another if you need to. So if you don't want to do the half hitch knot, you can just tie a little overhand knot if you wanted. If you are doing a little overhand knot or a half hitch knot, just take your thread away from the knot before you trim it off. And then there you have your earring. So I'll just need now my cutters. I'm just going to trim very close to the bead any of my excess thread. You could, if you wanted, bring that tail end through as well. I'm just going to trim it off because I'm not going to add the needle to this. I'm just wanting to bring it through so you can see you can use the thread without the needle. Where's it coming out? There it is. Don't feel like I need it all the way through those glass pearls again. I just want it through the glitter. Where's the tail gone? There you go. And then trim off. Make sure you're trimming off nice and close to the bead. And then all you need to do is add on your ear wire. Hi Nina, how are you doing? Hi Kath, how are you doing? Esther says, really like your earrings. I don't know whether it's the ones I'm wearing or the ones I'm making, Esther. So I'm just going to flick up the end of my ear wire just a little bit, because of course I can't open that ring because it's a closed ring. So I have to open up the tip of the ear wire and then just close that over. And then you have a lovely pair. If it does flip a little bit, just reposition and it will lay flat and closed. So they're your larger size earrings. Really straightforward to do. If you want to make them slightly smaller, then I'm just going to do, I'll show you these ones again. So this is the one, this size that we did, which we've just done there, which has got the 2 6mm glitter jades in. This one has only one of the 6mm glitter jades, but it's still got the same amount running up here. And then this one, I've used one of the 6mm glitter jades, but instead of adding 6 beads on, I've just added 4, and then I'm going through a fifth of the smaller glass pearls instead of the glitter jade. So you can make, you know, various different sizes. You could also make this as pendant if you wanted to. Should I do the zesty orange ones for Camille in a smaller version? You can see how quick. Obviously I've only made one earring and you'd need to repeat that to make your second, because you'd want them matching whichever size you do. But they are very, very quick to make. Mina says the 4 bead one could be made into a clover earring. Yeah, you could do variations on this design. You could do whatever you wanted to. So I'll do, shall I do the orange? Let me know what colour that you'd like me to demo the smaller one in. You can choose from the blue. The green pink I've just done, so we'll do a different one. We've got lime, mauve, or peach. Orange, it's more tangerine to me. Show you them on the mat so you can see the different colours. So here are the gorgeous glitter beads. Again, you're going to get those 2 sizes. You're going to get your 8 and your 6, and you're going to get your 4mm glass pearls. So that combination. Yeah, Camille says the peach. So that's what we'll do. But I'll show you them all. You've got a beautiful blue. Look at them. So you kind of got like an opaque kind of white colour, and then that gorgeous flash of whatever colour you've gone for with the glitter in it. Really, really pretty. And I think they go beautiful together. This is your mauve. So again, those lovely kind of opaque colour, which kind of makes them a little bit pastel-y. Or more pastel. Pastel-y isn't a word. And again, they look beautiful, I think, with that rosewood pearl. And then you've got the gorgeous Zesty Line, which I'll be honest, kind of wanting to put them together. I think they'd be lovely. But you're making at least 3 pairs of earrings. If you go for the largest design, you'll easily get 3. And they're £4.99 for whichever colourway you choose. So you might be able to afford to multi-buy if you wanted to. I'm going to need a gold ring and the gold ear wires for the Zesty Orange. So let me put these back. Do like the sound of beads, not so much the plastic bag rustling, but the sound of the beads moving together is particularly nice. Okay, so I'm going to start off again with my thread. I'm not measuring my thread out. I've said 40 centimetres. There's definitely not 40 centimetres here. I've got less than 30 centimetres here, so we'll see how we get on. Give it a little pull just to stretch it out and pop it through your needle if that helps. You will find that when it goes through the needle, it does kind of bend the nylon. So just be wary of that. It's very hard to snap the nylon though. It's very, very, very strong. Okay, so we're going to start as we did. Let me just take these off my off the strand. So depending on the size, obviously whatever size you use, you're going to need a pair of your ear wires and a pair of your closed rings. For the smaller version, so this one, I've used 4 pieces of the 2 pieces of the 8mm, and in the larger one I've used, oh, of course, because I've got 2 earrings. I'm like, well, I haven't though, but I have. So for a pair, I would need to have 4 pieces of the 8mm, and obviously I'm going to use that exactly the same because I'm always going to be using the same amount of the 8mm. It's only the 6mm that kind of changes, and the 4mm pearls depending on what you want to do. But you can adapt them and change them to however you feel. So let me just get these off my string. Should have enough of the 4mm pearls, hopefully. So I'm going to start by taking one of my 8mm glittery beads, and I'm still going to add 5 of my glass pearls. That number doesn't change because it's going to go and fit around that bottom bead nicely. So just add on these lovely Zesty Orange. My camera seems to be holding up now. I wonder whether it was just because it wasn't on at the beginning. So I'm going to slide them all down towards the end. And I'm going to tie a little overhand knot. I'm leaving a small tail Doesn't have to be anything massive. You can see now why I'm needing it. Just going to do a little overhand knot. So bringing that tail end through, and I'm going to do a double knot there. So I've got it looking like so. And then I'm going to add this time just one of the 6mm glitters instead of two. One 8mm and one 6. And I'm going to bring that back through the opposite side. So if it's coming out on this tail, just going to bring it all the way round to make that little cluster. Now I'm just going to go back up that 1 6mm and give it a gentle pull, and that will kind of bring it round together. And then I'm going to add on however many of the 4mm that I want. So I'm going to go for the smaller option. I'm going to add on 4 at the moment. So that will be this size here. Now you can add on the 6mm glitter jade if you want to, or you can add on another 4mm, which is what I'm going to do. This will be the one that we come back through. And I'm going to get my closed ring. This time I'm using the gold colourway. Sorry, I've got little bits on my mat. So I'm going to go through the ring and then back through just that first glass pearl. Give it a little pull, so I tend to just lay it down flat, make sure that that's nice and taut. And then I'm going to add another 4 of my 4mm. So back with the glass pearls. And then take that through this 6mm. Get the shape that I want. Now you can see, because I've come from here and up through that one, these have kind of closed nice together. I haven't done with this one, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to bring it back through those 5 just to close up that gap. Just take your thread through. Really, really quick earrings to make. And then those 2 tail ends of my thread are back together. So I'm just going to use that tail end to tie a couple of knots. Just a little overhand knot. So the longer your tail end is, the easier it might be to knot it. And then I just want to bring it away from the knot. Maybe do a little half hitch knot. Just going to pull that thread through a little bit so I've got a little bit more to work with. So I'm creating a loop, and then before that loop's closed, I'm just going to take my needle through the loop and give it a little pull down, and that's created a half hitch knot. And then I'm just going to take the thread away. You can run it back through the top of the pearls if you want, if that needs kind of straightening up a little bit. I think it's going okay. And then again, I'm just going to move the other tail end out of the way. You could do a half hitch knot there as well if you wanted. Just give myself a little bit more purchase. Just going to through. Move it away from the knot. And then you're ready to cut off. So if you're using a different thread, you can run that round and kind of firm it up as much as you like. And you can see how easy it is to do a smaller version of your earring. All you will need now is to get your ear wire out. Take your pliers and just give it a little flick up to open. Got a nice, good sized ring there, so you need to make sure you're opening it enough that you can get that in, and then just close it up. And there you have a variety of different sizes, but with all very lovely colours. So these ones which are down on the mat at the moment are the peach. You have the beautiful mauve, which are these on the silver. We've got the very gorgeous zesty lime coloured ones here. Just hold them up so you can see. So that's the Giovanna earring in lime. Gorgeous, gorgeous, zesty colour. You've got the pink green. Again, each kit's going to be £4.99, making up 3 pairs of earrings with loads of these glitter beads left. If you want to add more glass pearls in, you can make more earrings, or you could make yourself a little bracelet. And then, of course, we've got the blue as well. And that's that. So, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a quick make, but the beads are very, very lovely. I'm going to be back with you on Monday. Am I making a necklace on Monday? Possibly. You're going to have to come and join me to find out. The sun is beautiful now. It's coming through really, really lovely. But it is still very foggy out. So, I hope you have a lovely week. Is it, what? Oh, wait a minute, it's Monday today, isn't it? No, it's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. Very confused. Big shout out to my mum who's looking after Frank today. Thank you so much. School's been closed, so I just want to say thank you to Mum. Hello to Frank. I hope you all have a very, very lovely week, and I will see you next week. So take care.